Okay. Jai Gurudev. Welcome you all for this session. Let us pray Guruji and then we will start this today's session. Okay. Can we make it a little interactive? Can you turn on your videos and we can have a quick discussion very quickly? Okay. Okay. What is the purpose of life? Who will share? You can just a second. Okay. Now you can unmute. Can you share what is the purpose of life?
To attain oneness
Sorry?
with the supreme power. To attain oneness with the supreme power.
Oneness with supreme power. Very nice. That is okay. When you are right now,
Get a good health.
good health and happiness.
Yes. Peace of
Yeah.
mind.
Happiness, peace of mind, and all. Who is stopping you from experiencing that happiness and peace of mind within you?
Maybe our mind getting distracted with the external factors.
You and your mind are same or different?
Same, but sometimes it doesn't. We can't control our mind.
Correct. So the whole crux is you yourself stopping you from enjoying that happiness within you. Okay. You means your mind. Or maybe we have various reasons to say that. Okay. However, let us understand how are we stopping this whole process? Experiencing that inner happiness, how are we blocking ourselves experiencing that inner happiness, silence, peace, whatever you want? This is the whole discussion for today topic. How is our lifestyle? We go to office, when you morning you get up, sometimes we feel relaxed, sometimes we feel restless, correct? What when we go, we get up and we plan our day. The moment I get up, automatically our planning for that day is already set. It should be like this, it should be like that. Then suddenly I noticed that okay, I missed a very important meeting with my boss, or I missed up a meeting with my customer. Because of that, project is going to be a problem. You get up at morning and see that something you thought of preparing a breakfast or a lunch or something, then you notice that there is nothing. Whatever is required for that, it is not there. So what will happen at that time? It creates a discomfort at one level. Not only that, we go to office with a mindset. Most of the time we don't want to go, but still we are forced to go to office. We want to cook, but mind is not there to cook. There is no mood. Okay, so all these things, our routine life before Corona was different, and after Corona was different. How the life has changed during the Corona, it has changed. A lot of overthinking started. There is a time to spend with family. We started reacting too much, and but now because we are staying more, that also came down. So all these things started because there is no physical exercise. Then there is a watching TV, creating more, and TVs and all. We are taking so many things now. How these things are affecting at different levels of our thinking is what we are going to see today. The first thing is the quality of life depends on what? Quality of life depends on quality of food we take. The quality of life depends on the rest we experience. The quality of life depends on the sleep what we have. Quality of life defined by good relationship. Quality of life depends on the love and affection we get and share with our loved ones. Okay. A lot of us are going through a lot of stress because of Corona. Many of them are getting into trouble. What to do? The business are getting affected. So every day, whether you like it or not, these thoughts are putting a lot of pressure on your mind. Okay. What are the different types of stress releasing mechanisms that you adopted in your home? Wherever we are right now, many of them have adopted being alone. Okay, that is created a lot of overthinking. So in corporate kind of a world or environment where people started experiencing that stress of life, job stress, continuation stress, calls, losing a job, fear of having something, fear of getting into corona. Many people have started. Yesterday I was watching one psychologist saying, like, whenever there is a siren, you think of corona, and whenever news, everything, we are getting affected, and this is creating a lot of stress. But otherwise people are having their own problems which have affected a lot of our rest process. Okay, this is how we have to come out of this internal stress. And this kind of overthinking, for example, if I'm thinking of very seriously about my some case is going on, or I fought with somebody, and all these things, what it is creating, it will allow you, because there is no body is not strained because of walking and all these things, getting good sleep during after all these things. Sleep is getting affected very bad. And moreover, what we eat transforms into our brain. We were very small. After having food and all, we've grown up like this. So what this is all because of what we have food, correct? Food intake. This food intake, this food has transformed into your mind. Food has transformed into your thinking. Food has transformed into your emotions. So food is a major activity that we need to think on. Moreover, in this whole process, okay, the whole process, when I asked the first question, who is stopping from your happiness, is all about your mind, is all about yourself and everything. So we are vulnerable for many things: food, stress, emotion, chemical reaction, thoughts, and all these things. Do you know how the thoughts converted into chemical reaction? Anybody? What do you think has impact on your chemical reaction in your body?
It creates cortisols in our
Sorry?
cortisols in our bloodstream.
Correct. How it happens? What is the source of this whole thought or the chemical reaction? Okay. Assume you are sitting comfortably on a chair. You have any problem, stress or discomfort or anything? Any discomfort when you are sitting on a chair? No, right? No. Now assume that you are sitting on a pile of 3-4 chairs or 10 chairs, one after the other. Is there any discomfort?
Yeah, I might fall or.
Correct. Now you are sitting on a pile of 10 chairs. I increased your height. Now what will happen? The discomfort becomes what?
More.
What will happen? You got sweating in your hand. Have you observed?
Yes.
So your thought converted into a chemical reaction and it started sweating. So now you are sweating. Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Now if I make you to sit on a pile of 20 or 30 chairs, then what will happen? Now earlier it was 5 to 10 feet. Now it is increased to 20 feet. Now I made you to sit on a pile of 30 chairs, which is of 30 feet. Now
I might get some palpitation or.
correct, right? So what will happen? Now this chemical reaction already started. The next level is what? Shivering. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Correct or not? Now what will happen? If you sit comfortably, things would have happened fine. But now what happened? Because you are sitting on a pile of chairs of 30. So what are these things? How this thought has converted into a sweating? A negative thought that you may fall. The first level on a pile of 5 chairs, you are sitting and there is a chances of you may fall. But there is no life threat, correct? That is where the, what you call discomfort started. Right? What? Because your leg is not touching the floor, right? The moment leg is not touching the floor, the chances of, you created, okay, what will happen if I fall? But no life threat. So your discomfort started. When the height increased to 10, 15 feet chairs or 10 feet, then what happened? You saw, oh, so much of height, maybe 10 feet or 12 feet. What if I fall from this height? What will happen? That created those who have broken their hand, leg, neck, all thoughts came to your mind, correct? Now, this created a little tension, and the body, there is a lot of chemical reaction inside your body, and you started sweating. Your hands, you started sweating all this. When you are sitting on a pile of 30 chairs, then what happened all of a sudden? Then what is the ultimate would have happened? Somebody was fallen, head broken or something happened, and he met with some accident and something very bad happened to him. This thought created what? Already sweating, already all these things are happening. Now body started shivering. The same negative thought. Did anyone hurt you during this whole process? Or did anyone inserted some negative thought? No, you created all these thoughts because of what you are holding on to, correct? So every negative thought, what we watch on TV today, someone died, has a negative impact in me, correct or not? Somewhere something happened, some bad thing happened to someone in your surrounding area. You put up yourself in that position and you see that as a problem. And that creates a negative thought. Like that, we are not sitting on pile of 5 chairs, 5 negative thoughts, 10 negative thoughts or something like that. We are sitting on thousands of such negative thoughts. Correct? Now, today what we are going to understand how we cultivated this habit. What is wrong? Where exactly? What is this impurity? How to address this impurity is the most important part today we are going to discuss. Okay. So all these things have taken my happiness. In the process, I lost myself. Okay. In the process, I lost my own thinking. Whatever is seeded by news channel or my friends or everywhere where we are talking, that is creating a different thought process, different mindset with which we start operating with our friends, families, and relatives. That is where the first circle of your relationship is also getting affected. So because of all these things, our productivity got affected. So all these things are affecting my routine life, my work-life balance, my state of rest, my sleep, everything. Sometimes when you get up, you feel restless. Why? Because you didn't had a proper sleep. So the whole SSY program is all about experiencing the rest. The whole SSY program is about keeping oneself energetic by pranayama. Even having so much of thoughts, are you operating bounding to your thoughts, or are you operating out of your freedom and happiness? So the life, what we told, what is the purpose of life? God has created human, wonderful. There are so many species are created. They are all, living for the sake of just food. For example, the officer in highest post in any government or private sector will be paid high, but P1 or lower cadre paid less. Why do you think so? What is the difference? Why the officer or somebody paid highest in the organization and the person in the lower category? Both are humans, but still they are paid high and they are paid less. Why is it so? Anybody can share? Why is it so?
Due to skill set.
Sorry?
Skill set.
Skill sets. Next. What the skill sets will transform into?
Efficiency.
Efficiency. Nice. I think we have seen people with less educated are also running the big organizations.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So what is the change? These people are taking higher responsibilities. Correct?
Yes.
They are the decision makers. They know how to deal with the situation, right? Like that in the nature, the people with higher capabilities, I don't say yes, they got higher capability, they got the qualification to go to that level. These are all very much required. Like that in the nature, human is put on much higher responsibility. Correct or not? Are we qualified better than any of our species, animals, or anything like that?
Yes.
Yes. Then what is our responsibility in this society? Is much higher, right?
Yeah.
Correct. We are not only emotions, animals will also show, humans also show. They are also living for food. They are also made, like, all these things are common. But what is the quality, different quality as humans we have? When humans, in our Vedas and Upanishads, we will say, when Bhutayi went to Vishnu and asked, like, there is so much of Bhubhara, can you please reduce? Correct or not? How Ramayana, Mahabharata and everything happened? You know all those things, right? Then Vishnu says, don't worry, I will come and reduce the Bhubhara. So whenever humans forgets their higher level of consciousness, and when humans don't respect the nature at some stage, then nature has its own ways of controlling the whole system. Correct or not? Every 100 years, there is a cycle like that. There is one disease will come and it controls its own way of doing the things. Who will survive in this whole game? That is more important. The people with higher consciousness, correct? The people knows how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, correct? For example, have you seen any animal dying of corona? Have you seen like so many thousands of animals died because of corona? Have you observed in any news channel? Maybe in US some tigers in zoo got affected, but forget about zoo. Zoo is much safer place. Have you seen animals dying on the road like humans? Have you seen? No, right? But corona is there much, everywhere. Every life should have got affected because of this. What is the difference? Then let us understand these things. Okay, our human body. Okay, please keep in 2 points in mind. One, I want to live happily. Today it is a great opportunity to spend with family members, relatives, and everyone under single roof. Connect with people, ask health. Living happily is a purpose of life. Second, humans are higher species on this earth because we are not only expressing, but we are having higher responsibilities than any other animal to keep the natural habitat or the nature. When we all go against Lord, yes, nature has its own ways of controlling the humans. Now, understanding this, how we are stopping our own self. This is the first question I asked. Who is stopping you from enjoying the happiness? Everybody said, my mind. No, it is your mind. You are not separating yourself from your mind or a body. It's you. Now try to understand how these things are manifested and how SSY will help you to experience the inner happiness. There are 5 koshas, we call it as. Like you take any animal, there are 5 koshas, we call it as, 5 levels. First one is called Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. Second is Manomaya Kosha, the Manas. We don't know where is that Manas, but still we say, मनस ತುಂಬಾ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಿದೆ ना मनस की चाना बाधा कलगिंदी अरे मुझे तो बहुत दर्द हो रहा है कहां पे दर्द हो रहा है पता नहीं बट फिर we will say मनस को कहीं पर तो जो है उसको हर्ट हुआ है that is Manomaya Kosha we will tell. So we will try to understand the impurities at each level and we will try to address how these impurities can be overtaken. So we will try to understand the impurities of Annamaya Kosha, how to pure yourself, how to increase the immunity. That is first level of we need to understand. The second level is called Pranamaya Kosha. We will try to understand what is the life source. It is all about breath. When we take birth, what is the first thing we do when we come to this earth? Inhale, correct? Means we are connecting ourselves to the nature. See the beauty from in the whole universe. When we come out, the first thing what we do, take that life source. What is the last thing what we do when we go out? Our death is exhale. Right or not? The whole life is inhaling and exhaling. Correct? Right or not? The first thing when you come to earth is inhale. The last thing is exhale. The whole life is inhale and exhale. That's all is the whole life. But we made it so difficult. The whole life is all about inhale and exhale, which we call it as a breath. We also call it in spirituality the cosmic energy. Why we call it cosmic energy? If the baby which comes out and don't take a breath, means what? Means what? You are not connecting yourself to the nature. The beauty here is once you come to earth, you have to connect to the nature. There is no other go. Correct or not? You have to connect to the nature. If you are not connecting to the nature, then it becomes a body. It is no more a life. It is a dead body. So please understand, every human who comes to earth by mother's womb, the first thing is breath. The last thing is inhale is the first thing, exhale is the last thing. That is the death. If the baby don't take breath, it is a dead body. So every moment we are connected to the cosmic energy, which we call it as an outside world. So the second level of body, how to inhale, how to exhale, are we doing correct? What are the impurities of inhale and exhale? These things we learn at the second level, which is called prana, which is called prana second. Pranamaya kosha. The third kosha, first is Annamaya kosha, second is Pranamaya kosha, we understood. Is it very important or not? Keeping pranic energy in my body. Is it very important or very, 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 very important? It's very, very, very important. What is the third kosha what we are talking here? Which is called Manomaya kosha. The manas. All our process is stopping at manas level. What is this manas? We imagine many things. If my husband is not coming, usually your husband comes to home at 5, 6 o'clock. But today till 8, 10 o'clock he is not turned up. Now he is not lifting the phone call also. Now what all the thoughts will come to your mind? How many are good, how many are bad? Who will tell? Still you can be calm and ask, okay, your friends and all, okay, he will come, nothing will happen. You will sit in that mindset. Or what kind of thoughts will come to you? Or your kid who was supposed to come at 5 o'clock is not responding, and nothing is, no information even at 6 o'clock. What kind of thoughts will come to your mind?
Negative thoughts.
Correct. So these are the impurities at Manomaya kosha. Am I correct? These are all the impurities at manas level. How to pure the manas? That is what we are teaching in SSY, called Manomaya Shuddhi, or okay, Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, third level of operation. We are going to understand the impurities at third level. Higher than this, there is one more, which we call it as Vijnanamaya kosha. Manas is always in the duality of good or bad, right or wrong, correct or not. So whenever I get any thought, I will get into a good or bad and debate inside my mind, correct or not. Should I do it or not do it? If I do it like this, they like it or not like it, correct or not. Okay, who will sing a song for me now? Can anyone sing a song for me? Anyone? Who will sing a song? Difficult, right? All of a sudden it has, suppose if I take Prarthana Pannaya, Amma, can you sing a song, means her BP will rise. Am I correct or not? Correct. If I ask Santosh ji, sir, can you sing a song immediately? Why should I attend this program? He started asking me to sing a song in front of all of you people, right or not? Correct or not? What is the thought process? Correct, Amma, Prarthana Amma? If I ask you suddenly something, no, you should sing a song. If I hold you back, then you say, let me sing some song. With frustration, you may sing a song. If I hold you back like this, correct or not?
Correct, sir.
Yeah. Because our intellect is, but all of us know some songs, definitely. We know some beautiful songs. When we are so relaxed, maybe we call it in general bathroom singers, right? Most of us will sing so many songs when we are happy and relaxed. Those are the moments you remember. Right or not? So the intellect is a major culprit of these whole things. If I ask you, what is hurt in the process in this intellect? What is hurt? If I ask you again and again, then you will say, get rid of this person. Why? All these things came because it is hurting your ego. Am I right or not? My self-esteem, it is hurting. In front of 10 people, he asked me to sing a song, even though I don't know. I said I don't know, but still this person is asking. What is hurting you? Correct or not? It hurts your ego and intellect. So the biggest challenge of this is what we call it as intellect. Buddhi, we call it as all these things. My intellect is getting hurt, and in the process, I will hurt others. Am I right or not? Or you don't want to attend this session because you created a perception about this course. These people will ask so many questions. Why should I attend? Correct? Intellect is much higher than manas. Once we operate let us understand the impurities at each stage. Annamaya kosha, what is the impurity? How do we pure it? What is Manumaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha? What are the impurities? How do I solve those? How to clean up my impurities of Pranamaya kosha? Third, Manumaya kosha, what are the impurities? How do I overcome the impurities of Manumaya kosha? Vijnanamaya kosha, intellect, the thinking process which is connected to ego. How do we solve all those things? The last one is when there is nothing to hold back, when there is nothing to think, then there is a happiness. The higher level of kosha will open. The whole Siddha Samadhi Yoga is a process of cleaning what we think body is. Not only the body, it is body, manas, intellect, buddhi, and happiness. Prana. Okay, now let us understand one by one very quickly. Yes. Okay. Once we experience all these things, happiness is the ultimate. But after cleaning all of them, happiness at mind level has got its own problems. That we will see in detail later. Okay. What is the first Maya kosha what we are talking? Annamaya kosha. I asked you a very fundamental question. Did any animal got affected with corona and dying like humans on the roads? No, because there is no hospital for animals where the people have taken them for corona treatment or something like that. Without any treatment, animals are not dying. No, that is not the case. Why is it so? Because the immunity, what they built within them is much higher. It is two reasons. One, they are taking the food in a natural form. Not like humans where we are taking the complete cooked food. Okay, we kill the energy in that. Many, when we tell that there is a prana even in the life source is there, the tree also, right? Correct or not? If I take a seed, jackfruit seed or a mango seed, and if I soak it in a soil, it sprouts. But if I boil it for half an hour and then you soak it, what will happen? It will decay. Right or not? Do you agree with me or not? If I take a mango seed, put it in a soil, it sprouts naturally. But if I boil it in a hot water for half an hour and then put it in a soil, will it sprout? Its life source is killed. Like that, the whole food, what we eat, is not natural. It is some or the other way processed, but definitely because all these ages, we humans are started to live only on raw food in the nature, whatever is available in the nature initially. Then it changed to a cooked food. Correct? And then after this cooked food, our lifestyle has changed so much in our food habit. according to the WHO, which has done a survey, the world is now going through with obesity as the biggest problem. Correct? Obesity as the biggest problem, diabetes, heart attack. Now we are going to understand how these things have come. I understand that, it is genes and all other things. Correct. But there is something beyond that, which we are going to learn in Siddha Samadhi Yoga, how to change the way we are living, which we thought impossible becomes possible with Siddha Samadhi Yoga. Okay. The number of years. Now, so how exactly we got into these bad habits of eating and what is the effects of this bad eating, let us see. So whether you recognize it or not, we have become occupied with our fast life, fast speed of life. We often skip meals in office. What is a ways of addressing the, the thing is, I have a meeting till 3:30. So what I need to do, instead of having a good lunch, I will take some coffee, teas, biscuits and everything. So because of that, what happens to my body? Or I will take some pizza, burger. I don't say don't eat anything of that sort. But don't depend on only that kind of a food for your livelihood. That is more important. So what happened over a period of time? We started taking pizza, we have started taking burger, we have started taking frozen food, and we have started taking Coke, diet and all other things. Now everything is added with a chemical. Am I right or not? All of you know that. Drinking water, drinking Coca-Cola, all these things, there are so many things, videos on the net. So slowly what happened in my life, and slowly and steadily, all these food habits become part and parcel of our daily diet. Correct? So you think and check yourself how much nutritious food you are taking every day. That is a question you need to answer yourself. So because of our lifestyle and work culture, we changed or added lots of impurities to our body. Right? These are the impurities that we have accumulated. And we are all so addicted for taste. This is second factor. Because we like very tasty food, but at the cost of balanced nutrition. Agree? For the taste, we compromise the balanced nutrition. Most of us like fried food, bhaji, pakoda, puri, all these things. But if you morning, afternoon, and evening, if you eat puri, what will happen to your body? Can you sleep in the night? Indigestion, acidity, and all these things, impurities started accumulating in my body. The body will start throwing it out in its own way. It will throw either in vomit or by your excretion. Absolutely, body will not keep impure things in your body. Why your stomach will get upset? When you eat something which your body cannot process. If you eat more than your body can process, body will throw it out. Please remember. Right or not? Body will not keep impurities with it. It always throws the impurities out. Okay. This is the impurity, and body will never keep that impurity. It will throw it. So improper eating habits could have both affected the short-term and long-term, things. So these impurities added a different levels of challenges. Weight gain and obesity is the first. Second, indigestion, acidity, gastric problems we accumulate. Poor sleep, because if you eat a lot of, once we have 3-4 days of marriage, many will get stomach upset because all those impurities are to be thrown out by the body. So that leads to a poor sleep. If you don't eat properly, and if whatever you eat is disturbing you throughout the night, then your sleep will get affected and you are getting into a stress. So because you eat too much of chilies or something, your mood swings will be more. Correct? Right on. Second, laziness, poor brain function. If you eat too much, you feel like only sleeping. So these are the effects of the bad food habits. It's high time we look at our food habits. We look at food as a nutrition. food as a balanced diet. Okay, we adapt healthy eating habits. It is not possible. Many people, okay, one of my friend told me, I need to attend gym. He joined a gym. Then I asked him what happened. Still, you no change in your body and you are not active. Then he said, no, I should go to gym. Many people will pay amount and register for a gym, but we will never go to gym. Correct? Like that, we think good to start with good, good nutrition eating habits, but still we are not used it. But in these 18 days, we'll take this challenge of having a good food, providing a nutrition. Okay. Second important thing is how much to eat, what to eat, when to eat. We have very bad habit of eating based on the time rather than whether I'm really hungry or not. Correct? Yes, sir. Yes. We see 2 o'clock, I'm getting hungry. Even though I'm not hungry, after seeing the time, I'll definitely start thinking that I'm hungry and I should eat now. And not only that, by watching now, because of Corona, you are watching TV and all other things are more. Hope all of you have completed Netflix, Amazon Prime and everything, right? Now I don't know Malayalam, started watching Malayalam movies because there is nothing left in Hindi, Kannada and all. Now I started watching Moria movies and whoever says good movie, so let me rewatch. This is our habit. And when you are watching movie, you will never keep quiet. You want to have something eating. So these things we need to see how to do. This is about Annamaya Kosha. We learn about food habits and other. Let me move on to the second kosha, which is called Pranamaya Kosha. In our mythology, it is said that the length of a person's life is predetermined by the number of breaths he takes. Correct or not? You have seen yogic people, and yogis tries to conserve the time and lengthen their life, slowing down the breath. This is the stories we heard. People are in still samadhi state. We take with the due respect to all the Swamijis, like we take Raghavendra Swamiji, Sant Gyaneshwar, all these people. They are living from thousands years is what we have heard, or maybe at least 300, 400 years. How is it possible? Because they control the whole breath, which is pranayama. Because when we attended, Kumbh Mela, there are so many Swamijis living for 150 years. I have seen personally in Kumbh Mela. When we asked, how is it possible? They say all this pranayama, and they have different techniques of living longer. In our culture, this blowing the shankha is one of the best exercise for the lung. Correct? Omkara, when we chant, is also an exercise for lungs. We've all forgotten the exercise for lungs. We started doing exercise to become six-pack, having fantastic muscles. Exercise will feed the muscles, but actually pranayama makes your organs much more stronger. I'm talking about vital organs much more stronger. Pranayama is the conscious and deliberate control and regulation of the breath. Prana means breath. Ayama means control or regulation. When we sit in a proper posture and do a proper breathing, then we can heal our body pains very easily without any painkillers. With each breath we absorb, it is not only oxygenates, but also puts prana. Prana is the cosmic energy. As I told you, the moment we come to this earth, we inhale and we connect to the nature, proving that I am alive. That's why we call it as a breath, also a prana, the cosmic energy. That's why we call the life source. Life, air is the oxygen, or air we can call it is a life source. The power in this universe that creates and preserves the changes of this body. When I am breathing, kid, I am different. When I breathe, it is different. Correct? This preserves the changes based on my body. It is a basic element of life and consciousness. Prana is also found in food, which I explained. Okay? The conscious guidance of prana to the different body will give rise to a vitality, physical detoxification. You just remember why this is called prana. When you breathe, oxygen goes to lungs, and from lungs, blood will take that oxygen and gives to the body cells. That's why we call it as prana shakti. Correct? because of this prana shakti, the mind will also get relaxed, because the life cells in our mind are also getting rejuvenated with more oxygen. Correct? So pranayama or asana is a Sanskrit word of breath associated physical exercises. I can compare, but otherwise it has its own meaning. So in expressed general terms, pranayama donates a specific posture or a position in which we are held and relaxed, and we are comfortable manner we are sitting for a small duration of time, and then we start experiencing. The whole SSY is designed on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Yama, Niyama, Prana, Asana, Pratyahara, Dhyana, Dharana, Samadhi. The Yoga Sutras defined by Patanjali is the highest. Whoever is doing some yoga in this on this earth are going to follow this process. Some or the other way. Absolutely no change. They may do some different exercise, they may do different pranayama, but ultimately they will follow this Patanjali Yoga Sutras. The Yoga Sutras or pranayama is much higher because you are sitting in a relaxed mode, in a posture which is convenient, and you are doing there are different types of pranayama called Vibhagiya pranayama, Mudra pranayama, Vastika pranayama. There are many different types. But what is important? Can I spend hours together in pranayama whole day? No, because of our work-life balance, we can spend 45 minutes to 1 hour every day. So Guruji, Rishi Prabhakarji, has done this research on different pranayamas and adapted some 8 to 10 different pranayamas for our daily life, where I can heal. What are the common problems? Back pain, neck pain, headache, shoulder pain, chest, hips, ankle, all these things, right? So Guruji has decided, made a lot of research on this. Let me introduce Rishi Prabhakar Guruji. Guruji has done engineering from UVCE Bangalore, and after that he went to Canada for higher studies for MBA, which is Western Ontario, Canada. He studied, and then he felt, he was stressed out. He was running a software consultancy in 1980s. Then he felt stressed out a lot. Then he thought, okay, he wants a break from his own life. Then he decided to come back, and then he is able to overcome his own anxiety and stress and everything with ancient Indian culture, with his guru Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And then he thought, okay, he wants more. He wants to learn more, and he was a very close disciple of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, along with the Sri Sri Ji, Ravi Shankar Ji, and many. Okay, Jiggi Ji was also student. Jiggi Vasudeva, what we call Sadguru, is a first student of Rishi Prabhakar in the early days. Okay, due respect to his things, what he's doing is great job. So he started, and he came and surrenderful to one guru called Sri Bhagavan Vishweshwaraya. Then he learned all these methods, and he created Siddha Samadhi Yoga. Siddha means readily available. Means when we are doing in life, can I adapt pranayama so that my life becomes easy? Can I cure myself back pain, neck pain, headache, and all these shoulder problems, knees problem and everything with pranayama? He made a readily available food kind of a thing, which is called Siddha, readily available for happy, joyful, and healthy life. Siddha Samadhi's logo is all about happy, healthy, and joyful life. So that's where we are talking about pranayama designed in such a way that the body is gradually and systematically prepared to heal itself. That is the beauty of pranayama, along with the proper breathing. So the pranayama develops an ability to heal and relax by oneself. The feeling of one's own body is deepened with pranayama. You can observe the changes in your body. If you are getting more pain, you know when you are getting more pain. That observation to check your body, where you are getting pain, when you are doing what, becomes very higher. So that is where you connect with your own body and mind with this pranayama. So with the coordination of breath and movement, we do. Okay. The pranayama is a movement of expand of the chest and contraction with the cavity and abdomen, so that the exercise, which is not only to build your physical body, exercise will build the muscles, but not the lungs. The lungs capacity will not increase, because by doing exercise, jogging or anything, you are getting exhausted. But in pranayama, your breathing slows so that the maximum oxygen is absorbed, and that is where the prana shakti will go to the organs to heal it properly. Okay. Why we are getting the sugar or something like that is the some pancreas there is some alpha beta cells which stopped processing your sugar level in the body, which controls the sugar level by organ. It reduced its sugar level control, correct? But you are taking more sugar, then body says no, I can't process the sugar, and then sugar will get into the blood. But it is by slow breathings, and we guarantee in our whole Siddha Samadhi yoga, by doing pranayama and all other things, all your migraines will get, proper sleep will come, migraines kind of a disease will go. If you do proper pranayama, meditation and all other things, we will see that what are the benefits of pranayama at the end. But pranayama is all about this. Pranayama perform, like, many people videos, many people are so accustomed to go to Google and learn pranayama. But there is something very problematic called reverse breathing. We don't know whether we are doing proper breathing also to an extent. It needs a proper guidance and, to flow a pranic to body. Okay. So we are going to learn mudra pranayama, vibhagiya pranayama, and we are going to understand the dynamics of self-healing for back pain, headache, neck pain, shoulder pain. All these things we learn in this pranayama of SSY pranayama. There is something called variation of mudra. There is a back pain here or back pain in the below. You can treat yourself with pranayama. Let us understand what is the physical effects of pranayama and the advantages of pranayama. Preservation of body health and pranic energy, purification of blood, improvement of absorption of oxygen, strengthening the lungs and heart because of pranayama and breathing exercise, which reduces the cardiovascular problem, which we are getting into heart problem, that is reduced because of these exercises, not exercises, these pranayamas. Regulation of blood pressure because of pranayama and meditation. Regulation of nervous system because every nerve takes the oxygen from the blood. When the blood circulation and rich oxygen, automatically better recovery of post-COVID. And this is very important. People who are undergoing COVID and they have recently recovered from COVID can post-COVID, this will help very, very fast recovery. Paralysis, we have seen many paralysis patients are recovered fast because of pranayama. Sinus related issues, migraine, blood clots, all these things are really, pranayama is helpful to treat oneself. So the whole process of supporting the healing process, helping therapies, okay, and immunity, it builds, the biggest thing is builds immunity against the COVID or any other disease. I'm not talking about only COVID. This world is going to change after this pandemic. A lot of people are going to pranayama, meditation, yogasana and everything because of immunity. And definitely pranayama and food habits will build fantastic immunity in your body to resist. It eliminates stress and problems of nervous system. Quietening of thoughts and emotions is the biggest advantage. So inner body and mind will get balanced because of pranayama. Don't compare pranayama and exercise. These are two entirely different things. As I already told, pranayama is to do with more organs, not with muscle building. It keeps your kidney, heart, pancreas, all these things are regenerated. Okay, because during the pranayama, your metabolic system comes down, more oxygen regenerates. Okay. Physical exercise, lot of heavy breathing. If you do exercise, your breathing increases. Your body needs more oxygen. But in pranayama, you are already in rest and your breathing is increased. Most of us into a shallow breathing. You know how much we breathe in normal breathing? Only 25 to 30% of our lungs are used. You check with any doctor, right? Doing the pranayama, you are increasing that level to up to 80 to 90%. Okay. So with this, your breathing, so you have to practice for a longer period, for 6 months or 8 months, where we call it as Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, hold, exhale, be in empty state. This is called Ujjayi breathing in some ratio, which we are going to teach in detail, how to purify the prana shakti. So because of that, your lungs capacity will increase. Because of that, oxygenation increases. Because of the impurities which cannot be treated with external pills can be cured using pranayama. So this is the best part of it. So the whole thing is pranayama is stimulates the parasympathetic nerve systems, while the exercise stimulates the sympathetic nerve system. This is the big difference. Maybe you can understand in detail later, because by exercise and all doing this body things, your body exhales. You need rest, but you need more oxygen. But in pranayama, you get more oxygen. Body is rest. Because of that, all these psychosomatic diseases will be cured. This is about pranamaya kosha. Now let me come to manumaya kosha. Manas. 3 koshas left. Time 10 minutes. Okay, let me quickly close this. Manas is what? Where is Manas? We don't know. Your Manas is, you hurt very badly because of somebody told something to you. Someone insulted, you are getting hurt. So your Manas is really hurt or not? If not, then you are a happy life leading. No need for any yoga. You live the way you are living right now. Correct? So there is Manas. Okay. Now let me take a small example. There is a cut in your body. What you will do? You will go to doctor. He will stitch it. Then he will give some pills. He will give some ointment and everything so that it heals. Correct or not? Right? Now your Manas is hurt. It has lot of scratches, everything on it, cuts, wounds and everything. Right? If doctor gives a pills and healing, all those things, you want to keep this pain by scratching. No, I want this pain. Anyone with that? No, I want keep this pain as it is like this. No, right? But in Manas, you are hurt because of someone told something to you. So you carry it. Whenever you see that person, you scratch that pain and you want to keep that pain. What is a healing for Manas? What is a process with which you can cure? Now you understood what is the impurities of Manas? Remembering all the past things. Keeping that pain which hurt you very badly active, and you want to keep it as it is. Whenever you see that person, you remember all the bad incidents. Correct? So what is the healing for your Manas? Anyone? How do you heal your Manas? By let go. By forgiving other person.
We
You
should
have to
not
give.
overthink.
Sorry?
We should not overthink, Guruji.
Correct. But overthinking is one, but you have to forgive that person. By forgiving, you get relaxed. Yes or no? Arey yaar,
Yes.
chhod do. Isko bol diya to chala gaya. If you say let go, it will go from your mind. Correct or not? So we learn the healing for Manas is the silence. Whenever you see that person, if you are not connecting the bad thing happened with him, I will tell you, your Manas will heal fantastically. So we learn how to heal the Manas. You know what are the impurities of this Manas? How the Manas is getting excited? Because your Manas is connected to Karmendriyas and Jnanendriyas and Panchendriyas. Panchendriyas are feeding you. What you are thinking is based on what you have seen, what you heard, what you touch, what you taste. Correct or not? Panchendriyas are feeding your thoughts. Okay? These thoughts are coming into action. You scold somebody, you hit somebody. All these things, actions of your Manas. Correct? So if you're able to, your actions are clean if your Manas is clean. Your Manas is clean if your thoughts are clean. Your thoughts are clean if your Panchendriyas are clean. Correct or not? So by keeping all these Panchendriyas, you can keep the Karmendriyas. But Manas is Ubhayendriya. Manas is connecting your actions and your thoughts. That's why it is called Ubhayendriya. Okay? The Manas, when controls, rather than controlling, Manas is aligned with Indriyas in a pure state, is called the purity of that Manas. If your sun is not coming exactly at 6 o'clock, but you are taking more responsibility to know why, what happened is more important, or thinking negativity and forgetting what to do is more important, which is correct. To take proper action to correct how to find my son is more important rather than cribbing and myself getting down because of these negative thoughts. Right? So Manas becomes pure if you are able to keep all these things. For example, what is impurity? Now you are sitting in this class and you are thinking about what to do in the lunch. Did I prepare for something? Is it an impurity? You are not getting this class, correct? Now you are sitting in office thinking about something else. Is it an impurity? Correct? Your husband or wife is fantastic, but because she or he did not come, you started thinking so much about them. Is it not an impurity? You are sitting next to the driver who is driving rash driving for 400 kilometers. How you are sitting? What will happen next? I will get to an accident. What will happen? Did I reach my destination? Or all these things creating BP, stressful, everything, right? Right? These are the impurities. Thinking what is not happened as if it happened, it creates a stress, BP within my whole thing. It changes my physiology. It changes my thought will change. As I already told you, we are sitting on a 30 chair. All of a sudden, whole negative thoughts will increase your BP, the chemical reaction. Every day, we are sitting on thousands of such negative thoughts. These negative thoughts are creating chemical reactions within. Because of that chemical reactions, your pancreas stopped working, processing. Because of that, something happened and chemical deposition, something happened inside, and that particular why alpha beta cells stop working, processing sugar. Nobody, doctors will give a treatment, correct? So these things are adding up to your whole thing. If you think too much, Amma told overthinking. So it will take you away from the present. The whole process of Manomaya Kosha purification is coming to state. It is there right now, and cope up with that and be in that conscious silence and operate with your potential is more important. So the purity of mind or this Manomaya Kosha is about calmness within the mind. Understood? The purity of Manomaya Kosha is all about how much calmness you experience when there is a situation which is very tough to handle. Correct? That calmness is the cure for impurities of Manas. That is where we take meditation, japa. Japa is what you are doing, Rama, Krishna, and all other things, and thinking. You know what it is exactly? When you do japa, Rama, when you say Rama in mind, what do? You move a bead to the next number, correct? So if Rama is going on, no bead movement means what? Your body and mind is not in sync, correct? Right? That's why old people are getting so many thoughts. Why japa is nothing to do with Rama, Krishna. Definitely it has its own meaning. But what I'm trying to tell you is that Rama and Krishna should establish in mind and body together. You need to stop the train of thoughts which is coming to you. The japa is a process of connecting with your mind and body to bring you back to the normal. Okay, boss, you are listening. Arey Baba, you are chanting Rama. This bead is not moving means your body is not here. Thoughts are somewhere, your body is doing something. If beads are moving and there is no Rama, Krishna means you are not connected to your body and mind. Means your mind has taken you away. Rajuji, we will complete 2 more questions. Give me a minute. Okay. So these things are added, lot of impurities. We added into all these things. So meditation is a process of japa, meditation. All these things are the process of curing the manas, impurities of manas. Now we go to the last 2 in the interest of time. Vijnanamaya Kosha. I already told good, bad, right, wrong. We are always in this duality. Correct? Wrong, sukha, dikha. This all things are created based on the perception we build. Someone is good, someone is bad. And we remember whenever we meet him and we disturb ourselves. But the incident happened once, but in my lifetime, it is haunting me throughout my life. Correct? Somebody told something to me, because of that I am very hurt very badly by my manas. I carry it for my lifetime whenever I see him. And what the judgment I take? He is bad. He is good. This is one more biggest impurity of our mind. And once we give a judgment, somebody is wrong, I will hold on to it. If someone says that he is a good person, I will not listen. I will not see the greatness in that person. Correct? My ego protects my judgment. This is an imbalance of my intellect. This is much more dangerous. holding on to something as good or bad and protecting it, right or not? There is an imbalance in my life. Whenever I think of that person, I get, oh, he is bad. Always think of that name also. Forget about you have a problem with some person named by name Suresh. Whenever you listen that Suresh, you connect to this bad person, Suresh, which you created in your own mind. Correct? You are protecting that, oh, he is a bad person. Now what you do? You tell 101 people he is bad. This is an impurity of intellect. Correct? See, we should be like an, what we call, usually Guruji tells that onion. It is, what is onion is made up of? Whoever is cooking. Onion is made up of layer, right? If you take out all those layers, what will be left at the end? What will be left at the end? Nothing. So we made our life, I am this, I am that, I am this, he is good, he is bad. We made ourselves a life of all these perceptions. Because of that, my BP is increasing, my sugar is increasing, lot of chemical reaction in my body. All these, on top of it, so many negative thoughts. All these things are damaging my internal organs. Okay? You don't like a person, if somebody, your enemy is coming to, he may not be, but if he is coming to your friend's marriage, you don't want to go. Correct? Right? If your friend is attending a party in office, you don't want to go to that party. Correct? So your bad is controlling your what you want. Your good is also controlling what you want. So the life is, there is something beyond this good and bad. This is possible by keeping myself always open to learn, forgive. We always say, let go. All these things we need to adapt. The purity of intellect is samadhi. Samadhi is equanimous state of mind, or buddhi we call it as. Samadhi. The sama means equal, dhi means buddhi. The samadhi is a state of not operating out of what you want or what you don't want. Correct or not? Right? You don't want to go to some party because your close friend is going, you go along with him. Still the close friend, your good is controlling you. You want to go to some party, but your enemy is coming there, so you don't want to go there. Still he is controlling your buddhi. Right? So life is not only this, life is going beyond all these things. Having a samatva in buddhi so that you can operate with your potential to enjoy the happiness of life. This is the solution or a cure of buddhi, which is called samadhi. Samatva dhi, buddhi. Dhyo yonaha. In Gayatri Mantra, we say again the same buddhi. Buddhi, dhyo, samadhi. Dhyo yonaha prachodayat. If you want to experience the Gayatri Mantra, samatva, samadhi is the foundation for it. That's why Patanjali Yoga Sutra, he started with yama, prana, asana, pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, samadhi. Whenever he says all these 8, samadhi is the last. But Guruji said, if you attain samadhi and if you practice samadhi and meditation together, you attain everything of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Yoga is merging with yourself, knowing why you are the way you are. It is not about doing something or everything, but it is all about knowing why you are the way you are. Correct? You have taken appointment with doctor whenever you eat and whatever you are not supposed to eat, or some accident. You met doctor, lawyers, and everybody you have taken appointment. Have you taken appointment with yourself? Have you taken appointment with yourself to know why you are the way you are? So many times we fight with our wife or husband or something. After 5 hours or next day, you feel that it is silly point for which you fought. But at that moment, you hold on to that your gun. So this is the samatva we need. Taking appointment with oneself, practicing samadhi meditation is much higher to experience the calmness within, which is a solution for all psychosomatic diseases. This is fantastic process. When you know how to handle the Annamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and everything, when buddhi is in samatva, in samadhi, you attain real moksha. Okay? Real moksha is not after death. Real moksha is experiencing happiness every moment, being with it and enjoying that freedom from oneself not bound to karma. You don't want to go to office, but you are going to office. This is what we call it as karma because it increases. Okay. You don't want to do that, but you are doing, and that creates your internal damage. So having this samatva in our body or mind is more important, so that I can keep my, my body in a good condition. The last one is called happiness. All of us are postponing. For a kid who is crying, you give a small chocolate, he will be happy, right? Then his expectation will increase. For you give more, now you are giving a bigger chocolate. His happiness will increase. Now you are giving 10 chocolates. Now I own one car. Now I want to have 10 cars. Is your happiness increased? No, I will be happy only if I construct a home or a house. Now I constructed 3 houses. Your happiness increased? We are all postponing. Amma told in the beginning, we all designed, or humans are created to enjoy the happiness. But we are losing happiness because we are postponing the happiness with a reason. I will be happy only after getting color TV. It has nothing to do with your color TV. Sorry, color TV is common. Now I'll take a BMW car. You always see, if you buy a car, you buy a small car, now you see a big car, automatically your happiness is shifted to from small car to big car, because you are giving a reason. You will be happy only if you get a BMW car. If you get only a 4 BHK house. We are all postponing our happiness because of these reasons. These reasons can be, or the reasons for postponing the happiness is an impurity to your happiness. The purity of happiness is living in the presence. What you have with full contentment is experiencing the inner happiness. SSY program is all about experiencing the happiness inside and enjoying this happiness. Welcome to this course, 14 days course, starting from Monday morning. Okay. So we have 14 days class, Monday to 31st to 5th, we have a class, evening 6 to 8:30 or morning 6 to 8:30. And Sunday you have to give 6 hours. That is on 6th June. You have to give 6 hours. Morning, we will tell the timing, either morning or evening. We more usually will conduct in morning, which is called Brahmopadesha, where we initiate you towards the meditation by Guru. After that, 3 days residential program. We have a retreat. We can do immediately, or we can do it some other day also, whenever it is convenient. 3 days, usually, because this whole class is online class. In the offline class, we conduct in ashram or some residential area. But in the interest of pandemic, we are conducting morning 3 hours and evening 3 hours of sessions for 3 days. You should make your commitment for 3 hours a day for 3 days, morning and evening, after completing 14 days. So it is 14 days plus 4 days. It is 18 days of program, which you can clarify any of your doubts anytime. Please make a note of our office number 93. Rajuji, can you type the number? 9398 54 9062. You can contact for any other details. We will happy to support you.
9398549062. Correct?
Correct, Acharya. Correct. So you can get in touch with us for more details about this program. We welcome
it's
you all.
already, it's put in the chat box.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Rajuji. Sorry, we wanted to close at 8 exactly. I taken, Rajuji always tells close at 8. He was telling me you are taking more time. Thanks for your time. Any doubts, you can get in touch with office number personally. I will also be there, and one Sneha will be there to help you with any of your queries. Any queries? Maybe quickly we can take 1 or 2 questions if you have anything. If not, then we can conclude. Yeah. Thank you. We welcome you all. The program starts Monday, 6 a.m. Payment details and other things. Hope all of you are there in the group. Yeah. Group, you can call, then we can tell you all the details. Welcome. We, as a mark of our reverence to our Guru, let us do closing prayer and
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा भूतंगमय ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम श्री विश्वेश्वराय नमः ओम श्री विश्वेश्वराय नमः ओम श्री विश्वेश्वराय नमः ओम श्री ऋषि प्रभाकराय नमः ओम श्री ऋषि प्रभाकराय नमः ओम श्री ऋषि प्रभाकराय नमः योग ब्रह्मेति विख्यातं विश्व प्रेमं विवेकिनं विश्वतृकं महाप्राज्ञं प्रभाकर गुरुं भजे मत्वा शिष्य मनोभावं योगदातिं महामतिं तं गुरुं प्रभाकर ऋषिं वन्देऽहं पुनः पुनः वन्देऽहं पुनः पुनः वन्देऽहं पुनः पुनः।
Jai Gurudev.